A former Hendry County Sheriff's deputy is now facing federal charges after the FBI says he slammed a man to the ground and then lied about it in a police report.
But I tell you what, when I watched the body camera, I was shocked and I was appalled.
Sir, I did not. Come on, bruh. Bruh.
Push up against me again, I'm gonna throw you back on this asphalt. You understand?
No, sir, I understand.
Do you understand me?
Respectfully.
So,
Former Deputy Williams grabbed the man by the shoulders and threw him to the ground.
Happy Independence Day, everybody. This is coming to you from Hendry County, Florida. That's Clewiston, LaBelle area. It's on the southwest shore of Lake Okeechobee. Steve Wooden is the sheriff. We campaigned for him. We liked him. We still like him. But there's a whole lot going on in this case because this guy, this esteemed officer or deputy, was already fired from the Fort Myers Police Department. He was even charged with a felony, and of course that got covered up, and that's covered in some of this.
That slam got former Hendry County Sheriff's Deputy Tyler Williams fired. It got him 2 federal charges worth up to 30 years in federal prison combined. But how did Williams get that job in Hendry County, with a law enforcement past littered with disciplinary issues and stiff punishments? This body camera footage is from a traffic stop that Williams conducted while on duty with the Fort Myers Police Department in January 2020. Williams had been with FMPD for more than 3 years at that point. But this incident led to the first mark on his file. An internal affairs investigation revealed Williams found drugs, syringes, and a 3-year-old child in this car with the child's mother driving, but failed to report his findings or conduct a proper investigation. Less than a month after the stop, the same woman blacked out behind the wheel. The same child was inside and died in the crash. Williams was arrested for failing to report the information, though criminal charges were later dropped. Yes, sir. He was then recommended for termination at FMPD, facing 4 counts of discipline. But after the police union fought on his behalf, his punishment was converted to less than 5 months unpaid suspension. However, the behavioral issues were just beginning. Paperwork shows he resumed working for FMPD on July 12, 2021.
So apparently, you can't get fired. If the union jumps on your side, then you can't get fired. It's like a skating rink of pain that you caused everybody. And it doesn't matter because, you know, you've got qualified immunity and a union. And by gosh, we're America. We have to have love of the police and unions.
Last year, on the 4th of July, former Deputy Tyler Williams of the Hendry County Sheriff's Office arrested a man suspected of burglarizing a residence. As captured on his body-worn camera, former Deputy Williams placed the suspect in handcuffs and walked the man to the rear of his police vehicle to conduct a search.
No, I cannot say nothing. Can I please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, I did
Stop
not.
talking.
No, what do you mean? You were in the back.
Right here, you can hear, well, not right here, but in the video, you can hear the fireworks going off. Clewiston's a very patriotic city. And yeah, everybody likes fireworks. I mean, you can hear that something was going on. And this guy, he sounds like he might be a little tipsy. This just gives you a little realism.
So you lean against my car.
Oh my
Push up
God.
against me again, I'm gonna throw your ass back on this asphalt. You understand?
No, sir, I understand.
Do you
that.
understand me?
Fantastic. Respectfully.
So,
Former Deputy Williams' supervisor was also on the scene, and the two had a conversation about the events leading to the suspect being placed in handcuffs.
No, sir, I do not. I will push. I will put my sandal back up there.
All of a sudden, a log comes hitting the window in my face. I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
So
sir.
the light comes out. He's standing there with a log, actively bashing the window as I am trying to put it back in.
Do not.
I am fully lit in this bedroom. Okay?
During this conversation, the suspect attempted to talk to former Deputy Williams and to interject himself into the conversation on multiple occasions. In response to one of those times,
All right, now y'all can see clearly that that's not what happened. That guy didn't rear back on that guy. All he did was just kind of straighten his back up after the cop slammed him onto the car. So, believe your own lying eyes, I guess.
former Deputy Williams grabbed the man by the shoulders and threw him to the ground. Handcuffed, the victim was unable to brace himself for the fall. Former Deputy Williams threw the man to the ground with sufficient force that he was rendered unconscious after his chin hit the asphalt. As the body camera shows, former Deputy Williams stood over the man as he lay motionless and yelled at him, telling him that he was warned to not push against former Deputy Williams.
Wait, tell you about pushing up against me. You understand me?
The Hendry County Sheriff's Office terminated Williams' employment for multiple policy violations. And last week, a federal grand jury sitting here in Fort Myers, Florida, returned a criminal indictment against former Deputy Williams, charging him with 2 counts. 1 count, which is a civil rights violation, and a 2nd count, which is a count for obstructing justice by falsifying a police report. He is facing up to 30 years in federal prison.
When I watched the body camera, I was shocked and I was appalled. You know, when we swear a deputy in, he has great power, and with that comes great responsibility. And what I saw on this body camera, it violated the trust of our community. That trust is so sacred, and we work very hard to keep that trust between our deputies and our community of Hendry County, which is one of the reasons why we have body cameras, because it documents everything that they do. You know, initially when I saw this, again, shock and awe.
How shocked can he really be? The officer was just arrested before he hired him. They played checkers with these police officers, just like they did with the Catholic priest. Commit an offense, we just move you to another district. They have something, it's a list, and I forgot what it's called. But Brady, it's the Brady list. And it's a list of all the bad cops that are everywhere. But most states don't even let us look at it. So the cops know when they're hiring cops that have been fired. Now, I respect Steve Whidden, but why would he hire a cop that had just been fired and had been charged with felonies facing 30 years in prison? So the charges got dropped. So what? I mean, cops look out for cops. So that's just something else we have to look at. And I'm coming this as a friend of Steve Whidden, but don't tell me shock and awe.
He was placed on administrative leave immediately. We forwarded it over to the United States attorneys for a federal investigation, and he was ultimately terminated. So understand that in any law enforcement agency, people file complaints all the time. And I want to say this to that. Before I got body cameras, we got tons of complaints. Once we had body cameras, you know, we're a small county. We don't have the mass media that we have over in Lee County or bigger agencies. So we didn't put it out in a mass form that, hey, we now have body cameras. But I can tell you we've had them for probably 6 or 7 years now. 99.5 or higher % of all complaints that I get on deputies are absolutely false.
In all fairness, Hendry County is very small. It's on the southeast shore or southwest shore of Lake Okeechobee. That's where Roland and Marianne Martin Marina is, from Roland Martin Bass Fishing, not the guy that does CNN. It's small. It's a small place, very, very connected. It's where the headquarters for U.S. Sugar Corporation, it's a huge sugarcane industry. Because of the hurricanes in the 28 and 33, I think, it emptied out Lake Okeechobee, so our soil is pristine. It's absolutely beautiful, right on the edge of the Everglades. They actually call our soil black gold because it's black like black, And you almost, not even almost, you literally can just throw a tomato out, and then within 6 weeks, your tomatoes are that big. I mean, look at my jungle back here. I mean, I don't water or nothing. I mean, I live on the lake, so the water from the lake probably seeps up. I don't know how that shit works. But that's what, Clewiston is a very small town. We're a very small community. But again, we go back to, they just got body cams, and now all of a sudden they don't get complaints. Well, I'm thinking that they probably do. They just don't report them because they knew that this guy had been arrested and charged with felonies in the past. So, I mean, we've got to think about all this stuff when we get involved in these. The Brady list covers police officers that have done bad. And like I said earlier, they don't let us see them. But you know who does see them? State's attorneys see them. And the people that are hiring the cops in their jurisdiction see them. And if you want me to believe, if Steve wants me to believe, that he hired this guy not knowing that he had already been fired and charged with a felony. So if this guy had been charged, okay, even if the charges were dropped, he was charged with a felony, and they gave him a gun again. They gave him a gun again and a badge to take your liberty, to take your freedom. And what does he do on Independence Day, 2023? This is what he does.
Wow, his legs are ate up with mosquito bites.
Yeah, she doesn't know how he got here because she said she kicked him out of the car after he bashed her face in and spit on her. She pulled him on the side of the road and kicked him out. And she doesn't know how he got over here. She believes he lives in Lehigh. And on his address, he's a 10th Street. So
I don't know how to fucking take it out of a fucking you know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's been here for a hot minute.
The Brady risk that Ron referred to stems from the United States Supreme Court case Brady versus Maryland, is a record maintained by prosecutors and/or law enforcement agencies that identifies law enforcement officers with credibility issues such as a history of dishonesty or misconduct that could affect their testimony in court. These lists are created to ensure that prosecutors fulfill their obligation to disclose exculpatory or impeaching information to the defense as required by the Brady Rule. The key points is to ensure that fair trials by making sure the defense is aware of any information that could undermine the credibility of law enforcement witnesses.
Come on, bruh. Bruh.
So you when he gets in my car,
Oh my
push up
God.
against me again, I'm gonna throw your ass back on this asphalt. You understand?
No,
me?
sir. I
Do
understand
you
that.
understand me? Fantastic.
Respectfully.
So.
Former Deputy Williams' supervisor was also on the scene, and the two had a conversation about the events leading to the suspect being placed in handcuffs.
No, sir. I do.
Did you listen? Did you listen to that last part? Politics guy over here says, hey, his supervisor was there the whole time. Okay, so why wasn't the supervisor fired? Why didn't the supervisor stop him? The supervisor should have been fired, he should have been fired, and they should all be facing 30 years. And that's how I see it. Happy Independence Day. God bless America, and God bless you. Like and subscribe and whatever. Well, I've watched a bunch of the videos that were done on this guy, and I'm just going to tell you. He didn't get 30 years. He got 3 years, and it says almost 3 years. He got 3 years. His supervisor was never arrested. He was added to the Brady list because my wife found him on the Brady list because of the Florida Sunshine Law. And we will never have to worry about him being a cop again. However, the damage is done. There's a child that has passed away. There's a mother that could have got help from a rehab center. But no, this is Independence Today, my man. And you can back the blue all you want, but at some point you're going to have to realize the blue, it doesn't back you.
Beer for Breakfast Morning Show is brought to you by Ground Up Remodeling. Tim will take care of your needs from the ground up. Truly one of the best in Lake Placid, and we wouldn't let anyone else work on our handyman or home improvement needs. Call Tim today.